central banks have this legal monopolistic license to steal human time by creating more and more money, why would they give that up? Because to me, that is the biggest challenge to Bitcoin or any other cryptocurrency, that the central banks around the world are not just going to give up their monopoly. How do you dispel the concern that authorities are going to intervene because they don't want to give up their monopoly?
I don't think they're going to give up their monopoly. I think
so how does Bitcoin survive then?
I think at some point, if it already hasn't occurred, perhaps with some central banks, that game theory essentially forces them to buy Bitcoin, even as an insurance policy against its success. So as soon as a central bank, for instance, determines with even a 0.1% probability that Bitcoin could represent an existential threat to their business model, they now have to begin acquiring part of the network to protect themselves in that eventuality. If that plays out, they need a hedge against its success. And when central bank A does this, then central bank B, running the same calculus on a higher market capitalization Bitcoin, now decides they need to put 0.2% of their assets into it as a hedge against its success, and so on and so forth, ultimately leading to this, reverse bank run on Bitcoin, where you have the lenders of last resort worldwide printing money to acquire the only absolutely scarce money that's ever existed. I think you'll also see it in terms of hash rate, because there's this anywhere that there is a source of energy not being monetized or a source of energy being curtailed due to grid congestion or intermittency, there's a direct financial incentive to turn that excess energy into digital gold, into Bitcoin. So it's going to spin into this just frenzy of accumulation. This game theory that preserves the integrity of Bitcoin and the proliferation of its network. It operates at every level, the individual level, the corporate level, which we're seeing play out now, by the way. A lot of publicly listed companies buying Bitcoin. The next phase, which I think will probably play out in the mid-2020s, will be at the geopolitical level.
So FOMO, basically, is what you're saying. FOMO, fear of missing out by individual central banks.
Darwinian
companies.
Self-preservation. You have no choice but to buy Bitcoin to preserve your wealth over time.